got a foot here, so you gotta maybe a little back up. Yeah, back up a little. Careful, you're gonna hit your awning. Stop. Shit, babe. Well, I'm trying to tell you, but you just kept going.
More. All right, gang, quick air down here. I think we're gonna go to 15 PSI just for a smoother ride.
shoes out here.
Told you it's a Dagwood. It's a double hander. I don't know. We'll see. Hey, Sean and Don here. So we're sitting on this amazing ridge top here on section 2 of the BDR. And
Bethel Ridge, right?
yeah, we're right before Bethel Ridge, so like I can't quite tell where they all start. We're on the massive ridge line, past the cell tower, heading towards Enumclaw. So if you know where that is, that's where we're at right now. And so we thought, you know, we're brand new to the BDR, and there's a lot of chatter on there about who can drive it, who cannot, what kind of vehicles can go on it in Washington State, and it varies in each state. I mean, it was originally set up for motorcycles, and in some states, I think maybe it's only motorcycles. In other states, you can get smaller pickups and Jeeps down them. So, like Washington State. So, Section 1 started in Stevens, Washington. Stevenson, thank you. And I think it was 119 miles. Actually starts at in Oregon at the Bridge of the Gods, which I think I had to pay $14 just to go over there and come back. I'm still not bitter about that.
$14, that's what it was?
I think it was $7 in and $7 back. I'm like, geez, seriously? And so anyway, starts there, and you get on trail fairly quickly. You go past Stevenson, and then I can't remember that little town, like a very small town we go through, and then you're right on trail. Yep. And not as scenic. So when people talk about it, about the BDR, I kind of hear them say, well, they always say Section 1's not as scenic, and you're going way up in mountains and stuff, but there's really big trees. And so if you want...
It's just thick, dense forest.
Yeah, so if you want vistas and stuff like that...
It's beautiful.
Yeah, I think it's great. And where we ended up, it was awesome.
Yeah.
I would say the first section from Stevenson, about 2/3 in, is probably the least scenic. But once you get to the lake where we were at and working our way to Packwood, awesome, really awesome.
Yeah.
And the lake was awesome. Road.
Oh, it's a great view.
So I think, so we always say, could our van come here? Our van could do that entire road trail-wise, but it couldn't do it tightness-wise. There were some sections where they reroute you, and you're going down a chute, and there's, you know, wobbly road going through it.
Yeah, it's off-cambery, rutted.
Yeah, very off-cambery, and you're not gonna do that without high clearance. You probably could roll through them in the right conditions in two-wheel drive just fine, but if it was muddy, it might not be doable. And that's probably only like maybe 20 miles of that entire section were like that.
Much.
Yeah, it wasn't much.
But it could be just enough to kind of
stop it
for you out. Yeah.
Yeah. So not in a full-size van. If you did the entire route, you couldn't do that. But definitely could do. If you like if you had a four-wheel drive Ford van, like the low tops, like Prime Outdoor, I think they could get through that type thing, just because they're not as high.
Right.
But not a full-size Mercedes one with the tall there. Now we're on Section 2, and we're only, well, I guess I don't know where we're at. We're probably halfway on Section 2, but Section 2 starts in Packwood, and you take about 35 miles to actually get here, or well, to get to trail, of a 119-mile route.
We're not really that far up trail right here.
I think we're about halfway now. So if I'm thinking about 119, I think we're about 50 to 60 miles.
But I mean, after we turned off onto the trail, get to here, it wasn't very far, was it?
I would say we're probably a quarter of the way down the trail. Like if I had to say how much further we had to go to be off trail tomorrow, about a quarter of the way. Definitely a different trail. Very scenic. I mean, amazing vistas.
Beautiful.
But definitely need four-wheel drive up here. High clearance four-wheel drive.
Yeah, and just like you got to just go so slow because it's uncomfortable.
Yeah, like we air down and we're just rolling through things. And we took one section that we didn't film that was not part of the BDR, but I had someone marked a route, and it was
Little offshoot.
really tight and really going around. And
I mean, in a Jeep, probably no problem because of the short wheelbase,
Yeah.
you know, like, but we're longer and
yeah, so we got to one section, and Don's like,
Right.
why are we doing this? We're trying to do this other thing. So I said, well, can I just run up to the end and see what it was? So I stopped real quick, ran up to the end. It was freaking amazing. I take a camera with me. I got
it's
up there.
wild
Like,
through all that burned out.
yeah, didn't have a camera with
forest.
me. Beautiful. But we'll tune in tomorrow. So tonight we actually had like a really, probably a late lunch, but huge.
Yeah, it was almost like 3.
Yeah,
I
a
think when we
huge,
ate.
huge lunch. So that's probably what
So
we're going to
good.
eat. I have a bunch of different. I have 3 different time lapses going on that are scheduled tonight. So we'll see how those go. We have a sunset, night lapse, and a sunrise, and we'll see if they all come on. Had to get creative with that. And then tomorrow morning we're gonna get up, and whatever time we feel like start rolling out of here, we'll start rolling our way to Ellensburg, do some refuel, and then find some water source closer to home on 90 to call it one more night. Maybe get a little cleaned up in the water. That's the plan.
Feels good.
We'll check in then. Well, we're up here watching the last of the sunset. Mosquitoes got bad. Look at here though. That's beautiful. Good night, guys. We'll see you in the morning.
Good night.
We're gonna relax.
I don't want to sit around and wait. Thin skin, I'm underwater. Is this really happening? You stay silent, you don't mind. Happiness or dollar signs to you. What about not stealing anyone's time? Anyone's time. I vow to always be fearless and far out for days, weeks, and years to come. Talk.
All right, babe.
Here we go.
We're about ready to start day 3
Yeah.
of the BDR.
Leaving the most epic spot.
Really epic spot. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. We will be back to this spot in some fashion.
Incredible.
Yeah. So here we go. We're off to Ellensburg. I think we probably got about 60 miles of trail to navigate to get there. So we're just going to see what we see and make it a morning. And then we'll find a great river spot to camp. Hopefully a river. If not a river, a lake.
We'll see.
Something.
About a foot here, so you gotta maybe a little back up. Yeah, back up a little. Careful, you're gonna hit your awning. Stop. Shit, babe. Well, I'm trying to tell you, but you just kept going. Hard driver. 5, 3, 2. Good stop.
Okay, watch me come front now. You gotta navigate through. You gotta come up here and tell me what to do with my front tires.
You going this way?
Hard, right?
Yep, hard right.
I gotta miss that thing.
Yep.
Am I missing it?
Woo. Yep. Slow. There you go.
Head
Gonna
up here.
just roll through here.
All right, where do I want to go? Can I straddle that?
Hang on, let me get ahead.
Can I straddle that and then ride it out?
You don't need to. You have so much space here. Yeah, hard right. You straighten it out. You're good here. Yeah, you're good all the way through.
We head into town, see what it's about. Barely need a shirt, though the sun has almost set. Make the most of it. I know we will dance and sing. There's a heat wave. There's a heat wave rolling in. There's a heat wave, yeah. There's a party in the streets and the city's on fire.
Well, this section has definitely got more interesting. That last section was, let's say the truck was scraping on some things going through. Pretty tight on some of the reroutes that we had to do, and we're coming up to something else fun here.
Huge holes.
Yeah. So, I think I got the line here. This one looks fairly simple compared to what we've been dealing with. Just say wow that this is all out here. Wow. We're about just over halfway through section 2 right now. Just beautiful, like really stunning and fairly fun to drive. You gotta pay attention for sure, and heavy on the brakes in certain spots, as you can hear. I'm really glad we got the power brakes put on this thing for just this reason. So for those that are familiar with this section, we're pretty close to 410 road, where we're going to head a little bit on that and then pick up the trail a little bit more. So I think we're getting pretty damn close to that. More to come. And another thing. Does anyone know how the back gravel pits are made and who does all the road work back here to put fresh gravel down? It's just fascinating. Everywhere we go and we see just different versions of that type of operation happening in the back country, and I'm just like, how does that happen? Like, who does that for us? And then, like, how is it maintained? It's just crazy beautiful. Check this out. Yeah, so we are right here, and this is the 410, so that's where we're going to jump off at really quick. I'm hoping I don't have to air up at the pain, because I'm only going a short little distance to get back on trail, so we'll see. Coming down into Ellensburg. We are 8 miles away from completing it. Section 2, that is. All right. Section 2 is done. Airing up. Gonna get some gas, have some lunch, then find a nice place along a river. Hopefully jump in. Okay, so the river spot that we were trying to come to, so many people here, like tons of people. But then we went over on the other side and it became a little bit gnarlier to get here. And there's people out here, but just a few. Check this out. Oh yeah, and I'm standing in my underwear because I just took a bath and it was epic. And Dawn. Was out here. I was just in there. So let's talk about some trail damage. Some damage has had happened here. First off, took some stuff here. I don't think that's bad, actually. It's just some scrapes. Back here is where it's bad. So I bent my Zergis cases. I ripped this off. This, like I don't know what this is. I ripped my my 6-way off, and my rear fenders are coming off, but I think I should just toss those, don't you? Seems like I should just get rid of them. Anyhow, I'll get it all fixed up. This is how you learn. And yeah, I'm curious what took off the frickin' trailer hitch plug. So anyways, I'm gonna get back in the water. Check this out, beautiful. Where are they? One. All right, 2 of these. Grab my phone. Oh, good morning. We slept great. Dawn's gonna finish up her book. We're gonna have a little, I guess you can call it coffee, and relax.
Vitamin D.
Mm.
You can definitely call it coffee.
All right, high five. That's my water.
Are you sure?
Yep.
Oh.
High five. Section 2 done.
Sip. Little recap.
Little recap. Section 2.
Section 2.
So talked about section 1 where we thought probably anything is doable in 2-wheel drive. High clearance for sure, but probably 2-wheel drive.
Mm-hmm.
Section 2 is a totally different critter.
Yeah, there were some definite challenges.
Some people say like you can go through there in stock vehicles. I'm just not quite sure who those people are, because and why you would put people who are in stock vehicles in those positions.
Unless maybe they went through it when before some of those trails were so bad.
I don't know. I mean, the ruts are deep. I mean, I bent my trail. I mean, I have a lifted rig. You know, it's well positioned. I bent my trailer brake hook up, and you know, I mean, that just shows you. And I didn't try to full send through lines. I'm not someone that tries to destroy my vehicle by plowing through. So full size, you could, man, a full size, like a van, no way. Like here's the other reality of it.
Spots.
It depends how much you want to enjoy the trail. If you were in a Ford Econoline 4x4 van, you would have to watch almost your tire placement the entire time. I would say for like 75% of the trail. And to me, that would just be exhausting.
Well, it would take a long time.
Multiple days.
But I guess you could probably do it. I just don't know why you'd want to, but...
Yeah, it just seems like, because you get the anxiety spike and stuff. And it's not like you're going to feel like you're going to fall over or something like that. So in that regard,
it's more of like that you're going to get yourself into a position where you're just like...
You're going to have to figure out a way to recover yourself
Yeah,
out.
because I mean, you're not going to see anyone. We saw, like, over the entire time, we saw a couple cars, but like you're waiting on help would be impossible. So like you just don't want to damage yourself or get yourself into a situation
that's the way I say it. It feels like you're going to have to recover yourself in some way.
Yeah.
If you were not in the right rig. And if you were, even if trying to pick the lines, and it would take a long time. So if you are going to come out in a very stock rig and try section 2, make sure you have, you know, double the supplies you think you need, especially water and insect and bug repellent, because that was the thing I was worried about. If I was going to have to do a trail repair out in the middle of that, you know, environment, would just, I mean, you would just be eaten alive just trying to do it. And we had bug spray, and we still got eaten alive. So, anyways, beautiful. Don't get me wrong, it's beautiful.
An incredible experience that we'll definitely do again.
Yeah.
But it's neat now that we've been able to talk through it and like what would we do different, and
yeah,
how would we do it the next time we go through.
We would, for us, if we were going to do it again, and say we were going to start section 1, we would do section 1 and all in one day.
Very doable.
Yeah, and then just stay south of Bethel Ridge where we stayed the second night. And then we would have made it past, what was that river area?
Nile?
Niles.
Nile River, yeah.
And moved further north of Niles, and there's some nice vantage points there that we probably would have stayed, knowing what we know now. And then
section 2 was
it's long
haul.
And it's a lot of focused driving.
And it gets you up there at the very top
it's
for
beautiful.
a long time, but in the heat of the day.
Correct.
So depending on when you're going through it, I mean, it was close to 100 degrees up there.
So for us, I would park just maybe 20 to 30 kilometers, 30 miles from Niles up, because as you start getting past that, it starts to get like dusty, really dust, eastern Washington type stuff, which if it's hot, that's miserable to camp in, and it's very no
It's
shelter.
Wide open,
wide open.
No shade.
And then the next day get up and make your way through, and it's beautiful too, but then you have a little bit more rest and recovery before
you could go a little slower.
Yeah.
We were wishing that we would have not had to move through it so quickly.
Yeah, because the section as you get past Niles and into Enumclaw is pretty rocky, sharp turns, really tight,
Slow.
high
Switchbacks.
Yeah, really crawling through things, and
Amazing
that just
viewpoints.
yeah, beautiful.
Goodness
But
gracious.
once again, this is why I'm like, really
if you're afraid of heights, goodness.
a stock car? No
I'm gonna
way.
lay
I
down
don't
in
think
the
a stock
back.
car for that. But we had a great time. We just want you to be prepared. I see on Facebook everyone like, oh, you could do this and do that. You probably could if you're really smart about it, but be prepared for yourself. Like, know you and make sure you go out there. We were by ourselves, so that even makes it a little bit more sketchy. We had a buddy that was going to come but couldn't make it. So if you're going to go out there,
through in a group,
yeah, a group would be great, and then you can support and
vehicles.
spot each other, and it would be more fun that way.
Yeah.
So, anyways, I hope you enjoy this.
Neat trail.
Our goal is to, well, we'll see how we feel. We're going to do hopefully 2 and 3, and then 3 and 4, and then 5 and 6. We have a lot going on. I have them on the calendar. Dawn and I talked through how our life looks. We want to get the kids outside camping and stuff too. And hopefully we have plenty of time.
Yeah.
All right, guys.
We'll
Until
see.
next time, we hope we see you on the trails.